some of the different devices. We have a couple of different flashes that are not Canon, not Nikon, so why don't you grab a couple of those and tell me about them.
All right, I'm going to start off with my personal favorite off-brand company. It's Phottix. Both the flashes I'm going to talk about are made in China, but Phottix, the neat thing is most of the parts are actually come from Japan. Extremely well built. It's the same build quality as you'll find in Canon and Nikon. So at first it really was worrying me that it's a Chinese product, and my experience they've not been as well as the others. This really changed my opinion. It's a very nice flash. This is actually the brand new flash that'll be coming out. It's actually almost a prototype. What's really nice about it, it's the Juno TTL. So it's a full functioning flash, TTL manual, multiple, everything else that you would have in a Canon or Nikon.
Now, does this work wirelessly with Canon and Nikon, or you have to have other Phottix for it to work?
You have to have other Phottix works. Now, but that is one great thing about Phottix. You can actually buy an adapter. So let's say you have your 580s, or even your 600s for Canon, the newer ones. You can actually buy an adapter from Phottix that actually slides on the bottom of the hot shoe of the Canon flash, and it converts it over into the Phottix family of wireless triggering. And
how much is that flash there?
This flash is around, it's the most expensive one they have. It's around, I think, 180 to 220, depending on where you get it.
And what's so the guide number, the power?
Exact same setup as your Canon or Nikon of the most powerful flashes that Canon and Nikon has. It's going to be almost identical to everything that they have, which is really what I like about it. Rotates, works very similar to all the other ones. It's extreme, like I said, very good build quality. I've dropped a few of these and they still hold up, so it's a good flash.
So now, so on Nikon, obviously Nikon has the commander mode built in. So does that communicate with these, or you have a separate device on the camera?
You have a complete separate device. I don't have one of those with me. Now, these flashes can be your commander as well in the Phottix family, not with Nikon. Now, they work with Nikon. So what you would do is you buy, as you can see there, this says for Canon. You'll have the exact same flash for Nikon, for Sony, for Minolta, whichever brand you have. You just buy this flash for your mount, for your Canon, your camera mount.
And you had another flash.
So I have another one which is really nice from Phottix, and I'll just kind of show. And these next two, the advantage is one big thing, and that is battery power. These guys have actually lithium batteries in them, and not your AA's.
And which model is that?
This is your brand new Phottix Juno L60, I60.
Okay.
This is an inexpensive one. This is only a manual flash only, so this doesn't do TTL. This guy is under $100, and it'll last you over 1,000 flashes. This is such a nice, solid flash. What's so good about this is the wireless transmitters that you have. As you adjust the power, it constantly keeps up, wirelessly changes the power on the back of this flash as well too. So it's a very easy flash. So if you're confused about TTL, you don't want to go into TTL, maybe your mind is still manual and you don't want to do any of that stuff, to me this would be the flash that I would get today.
So now the first flash, because I don't think we covered the model. What was the model, the first one that we had?
So the model, this is the brand new Juno TTL. Phottix also has what's called the Metro Plus. This flash will be soon probably replacing that one. So this is the brand new one, and it's not readily available everywhere. It will be in the next month or so.
Okay.
Until that time, the Metro Plus. They're both great flashes. The beautiful thing is, you buy into the Phottix family, any product in the Phottix family, they all work, they all trigger together, so you're not losing money by buying an older flash that will be a paperweight because the newer ones don't go backwards compatible. They all work together.
Okay, so what else do we have?
And the other one is another company. It's called Godox. Another Chinese brand, very, very popular. So popular that a lot of companies, for example, Adironda, they actually buy this flash and rebrand it under a Flashpoint name. So if you go online, you'll see Flashpoint flash. It is absolutely just this flash, just they've rebranded it. This is my good friend, Michael Mulberry. He actually sells them as well. That's where I suggest you buy them from, only because this guy will actually fix and repair them. The problem with Godox is a lot of people will not repair them, so if they break, they are a paperweight.
So what kind of price are we looking at for that?
This is about $180, $190, depending on where you buy it, up to $200. The other advantages, this is full TTL, everything you got. Again, this is the Canon mount. It'll say I can't remember where it says it, but this is the Canon mount. Oh, right here, the C. C for Canon, you'll have the N for Nikon, S for Sony. So this is basically the 862 C for Canon.
So now do these also have the wireless, like an adapter to them, or how's the wireless?
This has built-in wireless. It's the Godox frequency, so you have to go within the Godox family, but they have the wireless transmitter, which is the X Pro brand. Extremely inexpensive, very good, and also this guy has also a lithium battery, which is nice. Now the default, or the negative about these lithium batteries, is they're proprietary, so you have to have a unique charger, where the AA's, let's say you forget to charge your batteries, you don't have them, you can stop at any convenience store and get them. So you have to be a little more proactive in making sure your batteries are charged with these, but the pro behind it is they last a really long time, and if you do TTL, there's a lot of battery power behind the mathematical formula that these flashes and cameras use, and the lithium really makes your TTL a lot more accurate.
Okay, so now you have a device on top of there. It's a unique. So
yeah.
What is this?
This is a product called MagMod, M-A-G-M-O-D, and basically this is just a silicone sleeve that slides over any flash. So it doesn't matter what model you have, it'll pretty much fit. And it's got earth magnets in here. And then it has a ton of adapters from gels, honeycomb filters, everything you think bounces, and this is just a dome, and they just magnetically stick on top of your flash. The nice thing is these are all silicone based. You can squeeze them up, you can throw them in a crime scene bag, crime scene car, your regular camera bag, and they just pop right back out, and they stick right on. They even make them where you can stack different items. They're very well designed. This has even got a little gel filter slot built into it, so they make gels that you can slide into it. And it's designed by photographers for photographers. So to me, this is by far the premier.
And what kind of prices on those type of
It
models?
really depends on what you get, because they have a bunch of products, but we're looking anywhere from $25 all the way up to $300 for like everything that they
So
have.
what you have currently on there for
This is,
attachment?
I think this is about $50, $60 if I remember correctly, and this is about $25. So under $100 for this, but I almost use this all the time as a soft diffuser when I'm using my flash directly.
Okay, so what else do we have in?
Finally, I got a little LED panel. This is Phottix, actually a couple LED panels. This is my favorite. This is the M180. They literally just started selling this online at Amazon. I don't really want to turn the light on because it's going to mess up the video. It's extremely bright. It's the size of an iPhone, actually a little smaller if you have the bigger models.
So I'll tell you, bring it closer to where we can see the display there. And
Yep.
we can see, so what can we, hold that there, and what are we controlling on the back there? We can control the power.
Yep.
And what else is on?
And you have the white balance adjustment. It'll go from 3200, which is really warm, Kelvin temperature we're talking about, all the way up to 5600, which is really cool or cold or blue. What's nice about these, you can white balance it to the other ambient light you have in the room. And if you notice there, and this battery is not even fully charged, if you saw at 5%, I get in a fully charged battery about 8 hours out of this guy. A nice little bonus also, it charges your iPhone. It has an adapter that'll charge your iPhone or your Android. So it's a multi-versatile LED. I actually have one and I gave it to my wife and I put it in the glove box because it holds a charge for a very long time. It's a really, really nice tool. From a forensic standpoint, I love it. I can get underneath tables, I can get under chairs, I can get under coffee tables. In the lab, I use it for photographing detailed photos of like cartridge case backings or latent prints. It's just a really, really, really versatile LED. If there was an LED panel I was going to buy of any of them, this would be the one that I would have.
And you have a little bit larger one there.
They kind of grow up as we get bigger here. And so this is some more Phottix. And this is the Nuada, N-U-A-D-A, S as in Sam. And then they also make a P, which is a longer, more panoramic one. Very bright, and you have the same basic controls. Let me turn it on. This one runs off your standard Sony battery, which is very, very, very popular. You can get the NP battery just about anywhere. They're extremely inexpensive. I'm going to turn that off in a minute because it is super bright, but you can actually change the power as well as the white balance.
So how long does the battery usually last on one of these?
Well, it really depends on the battery size that you have. You can get some really, really strong batteries, but I literally 8 to 10 hours easy on some of the battery power.
All right, so now we have a couple of larger lights that you actually have set up on some tripods.
Uh-huh.
I'll turn to the first one, which is sort of a stick there.
Yeah, I'll actually take it off if you want. I can take it off and we'll show you here. It's shouldn't mess up the light too much. This is a really neat. This is a Godox light. I'm actually gonna kind of show it, but it's got a nice barn door. You have your white, your cool light on one side, and on the back side, if I want to get a warmer, you'll have the warmer tones here. What's nice about this, it'll last a long time. It's rechargeable, and it actually has a remote control to it too. So from a crime scene standpoint, you can actually put this at the entry or walk through your crime scene one time, put it up, and you'll be able to control not only the power, but the white balance without contaminating your scene anymore. I also like the design, the handheld. That way I can actually, get in small corners, I can shove it in areas. So it's a really versatile, simplistic light. This one runs about $180.
Okay. And the last one, which we're actually using to help light this video.
It's my favorite.
So we will move this on in so we can sort of just see it a little bit closer, and I don't know what percent we're on there, but
pull it
we
around?
can pull it on around.
Okay.
We'll move that up and around, and there we go.
So I have the big giant Sony type batteries on the back, and there's 2 of them. It does recommend that you use 2. It'll run off 1, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Take the light there, and let's move that in so we actually, there we go. We'll light you up with that while we talk about this one.
Turn the power a little bit. So this is the Nueda R3. It is $180. It is extremely bright, soft LED, and I think that's the key word here. So many LEDs have that very harsh shadows, the light falls off very quickly. This is a very nice, almost like you have a softbox or diffuser built in naturally. It can run off the batteries, or it can be plugged into a wall. You have a A/B switch if it's battery or wall operated here, and then you have your simple 2 brightness, which is at 100%, and then your white balance color temperature control. Very simplistic. It doesn't come with a light stand, but from everything here up it comes with, so it'll tilt, it'll turn, it'll do whatever you need, and this has been on for a while, and it's extremely cool. It doesn't get hot.
So now, obviously we can use it to light up for photography, but you've also said you put this room just to light up. I mean,
Absolutely.
Just to use it.
I'll basically use this, pop it off the white ceilings that I have at crime scenes, and it'll light up an entire room for me. Especially when we're first starting an investigation, where we don't know what's going on, we don't want to turn on light switches, maybe there is no power. This guy is really, really, really important to the investigation. It allows us not only to be able to visually see stuff, but also for our cameras to be able to help with autofocus and other aspects.
Okay, well, we appreciate you showing all of these different things, and obviously there's many options and certainly low cost from what we used to be dealing with and trying to light up our scenes and stuff. So thank you so much for
Absolutely.
taking time to do this and share this information.